Hello guys and welcome on today's short, I hope it will be short, review of a new ICM's catalog on 2024, and we check which new and interesting models we can find here. So let's move on. And the title model of this catalog is a Black Hawk, this big amazing helicopter, but I'm not sure in which scale it would be. So let's find out it. Okay, let's move on. Interesting white spacing here, I don't know why, but let it be. The contents of all catalog, and the second new model we can find here, American B-26 B Marauder, the bomber, and we can find here announcement that it will appear in March 2024. Beautiful airplane with interesting decals. Okay, let's move on. So first section 1 to 35 helicopters. Maybe here we can find our Black Hawk, but I'm not sure. The previous scale kits, a huge, enormous Sikorsky heavy transport helicopter, CH-54. One variation, and here we can find another one that already exists in your local shops. This one with such a bomb. And one more Sikorsky helicopter, one more modification, and this time, well, I think it can be one of the most interesting modifications of these helicopters with such a big container with a universal military pod. Big helicopter with a big box on the bottom of it. Except this, we can find landing mats in 1 to 35 scale that can compare to these helicopters. And a big kit, both with a helicopter and with that mat. Okay, let's move on. Existing scale models about helicopters and features in 1 to 35 scale Cobras. Let's move on. 1 to 32 scale aircraft section. We can find here all previous projects from ICM, different biplanes and monoplanes aircraft kits, and it seems to be one more new scale model. Yep, 100 new molds. In 1 to 32 Henschel HS 1 to 23 German attack aircraft. Well, nice picture and unusual, interesting aircraft. Why not? Why not? Let's move on. Some previous kits from ICM in the same scale. Well, we will pay attention only on new scale models. So one more new box with the previous Gladiator, but this time with Royal Navy pilots. The combination of such features as airplane. 1 to 32, maybe you know, if you check my channel, I have already assembled this Cobra, big Cobra in 1 to 32, early production, and you can find videos with the assembling process of this helicopter. Okay, let's move on. All previous kits. Some of them is kinda refactoring, resizing of such airplanes, but in smaller 1 to 48 scale. Well, I'm not sure about that, but I guess that is true. Let's move on. Different features and crew. Okay, all previous kits, let's move on. Yep, finally aircraft 1 to 48. So in previous sections we didn't see the new UH-60 Black Hawks, so it should be in 1 to 48 or maybe in 1 to 72 scale. Let's find out. The whole previous kit, big German gliders in 1 to 48 from previous productional years. Okay, oh yes, one kinda new, but actually rebuilding of previous Junkers U-88, and this time we received just a new modification, P1 tank buster, with a big gun that can do boom 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 and destroy ground vehicles. Well, why not? One more Junkers. Let it be. Let it be. Let's move on. So a lot of German aircrafts, Dornier, Junkers, Heinkel, and so on and so on. By the way, this old Zwilling, it should be a huge kit. Okay, Japanese aircraft vehicles, this time already existing Ki-21, but with Japanese pilots and ground personnel. The classical solution from ICM. You can purchase aircraft, or you can purchase features, or you can purchase in one box all stuff dedicated to one theme. So let's move on. American B-26 invaders. And somewhere here we should find Marauder, Cessna aircraft vehicles, Bronco, Cobra, but in 48 scale, so ICM has Cobra in all scales except 72. And yep, big wallpaper in 1-48 B-26 Marauder, as we saw earlier. Well, I love how this bomber looks like. Maybe I will assemble it, but I'm not sure. As usual, 100% new molds. In the same moment we can see one more variation of this Marauder, flak bait. I guess the difference will be just in decals. A lot of bombed targets over here. I'm not sure. Yep, a lot of destroyed targets on the sides of this bomber. And so this was the second new kit dedicated to B-26, and this one the third, with USAF pilots and ground personnel. Why not? Why not? And in the same moment, landing mat, but in 1-48 scale. Interesting section with different drones. Unfortunately, we can't find here something dedicated to modern warfares. It can be more interesting than this one, but why not? Why not? Some new stuff, armament and field equipment. Field equipment might be interesting because of Diorama's creation. And yeah, finally we found it in 1-48. Absolutely new ICM's scale model, MH. Yep, MH. I made a mistake, call it UH. So MH-60L Black Hawk US Special Forces helicopter with a minigun, with a big tube. Very, very interesting and unexpected scale model from ICM, as for me. So how? Yep, and UH we also here can find. So another modification, two modifications in the same moment. This one with interesting decal Nomad. So 1-48 scale. Well, you can write down in the comments which scale you prefer. 1-48 or 1-35 or 1-33. But at first we receive it in 1-48 scale. Why not? Why not? So let's move on and kinda one more rebuilding, refactoring of previous Bristol Beaufort Mark 1, but this time bombing raids. So I guess it will be with the new decals, maybe with some newer armament in it. Beautiful airplane, just as for me. In 1-48 scale. One more variation of older kits, I-153 Soviet airplane, but with Luftwaffe pilots and with such German decals. Okay, let's move on. previous kits from ICM features, and yep, a separate kit with Japanese pilots and ground personnel. We talked about it earlier. Okay, let's move on. Also interesting scale is for me, dedicated to aircrafts, 1:72. Let's find out whether we can see here something new in this catalog or maybe not. Scrolling, Ghost of Kiev. I have this kit, well, in a box. Oh yep, we have something fresh and new in 1:72. This time Focke-Wulf 189, and with the unusual, unexpected modification C/V6 German attack aircraft. You can find here previous modification of this Focke-Wulf, classical 189, but this one with the unusual cabin, and this is more kinda attack aircraft, while this kinda reconnaissance. Okay, very unusual and interesting kit. I hope it would be not too much expensive, and due to scale it can be assembled in short terms. So let's move on to next news. Previous kits, previous model, Japanese, and so on. Bronco 1:44. Scale, nothing new here except several of such kits. Let's move on. And finally, military ground vehicles. I'm a lover of the ground vehicles, well, not actually in 1:72, but why not? It's a popular scale. So let's check whether something new we can reach here. Soviet rocket systems, trucks, very old kits. Kinda modified old kits, but with the Ukrainian pixel camo. Well, oh yes, something new we can find here. So Soviet truck ZIL 131, truck with trailer of Armed Forces of Ukraine. So actually we can find here only new trailer and old truck with such a shelter. Well, why not, why not? So that's all for 1:72, unfortunately. Okay, let's move on, and finally 1:35 section. First of all, different features and miniatures. Yep, British tank crew, old kit, and unfortunately ICM hasn't the tank itself. But other manufacturers have. Okay, features, they are compared into sections. Nothing new here. Let's move on. A lot of infantry, crew, even generals, and so on, partisans, and so on, and so on. Weaponry, machine guns. Oh, so the first new, absolutely 100% new kit in 1:35 scale, and it's a German field kitchen with cooks. Well, not that thing that I was expected, but why not? Why not? For someone it can be interesting. So, the first new kit in 1:35. Okay, I guess it's not the main new kit in this scale, so something should be else here. And, one more kit in this scale. This time entire aircraft gun, Flak 38, German AA, and in the same moment two kits without crew and with crew, so you can choose on your taste one of that guns. Okay, new kits in features and weapons section. Montgomery staff, general, and other commanders. Also, you are important to God, prayer before battle. Unusual composition with such a new features. Why not? Why not? Okay, let's move on. Let's move on. Finish refillment. Old kit. Oh, so we received one more kitchen, this time US. Also with cooks. So it seems today we receive a kitchen day. Okay, let's move on. Very old kits. Well, I talk about this one. Funny kit, I have assembled it. So, one more interesting new section. Brave Ukraine, and what new we can find here? Well, these different weapons and chevrons, Armed Forces of Ukraine, so you can find here NLAW, and some other weaponry, rifles, machine guns, and so on and so on. Older kits Stugnapi, infantry, and two more new feature sets with servicewoman, with drones and tank crew. So why not? Why not? Okay, more classical. I mean World War II military vehicles, 1:35 scale. And yep, we have something new here. Well, not 100% new, because we can find such a label here, and yes, because ICM already have Hanomag Sonderkraftfahrzeug 251 transporter. Several modifications with infantry, without, in radio version, and so on. And this time we received a German observation vehicle with a crew. Here's such interesting detail. I'm not sure what is this. Maybe some protection, or maybe some coverage, or detail that play roles in observation. So let's move on, and yep, two more transporters, actually one in a medical service. Well, it's just a, I think, ordinary transporter, but with some medical stuff inside it, and with such decals, and the same vehicle, but with medical personnel. Why not? Why not? But I want to receive something absolutely new, 100%. I'm not sure whether I can find here or not. By the way, these kits are not very expensive, they are simple in build, because have not so many details, especially FCM36 and Leichtraktor Rheinmetall 9030. I have both of them, this French tank and German. Unusual, interesting kits, can recommend it to you. Okay, so finally we can find here kinda 100% new, but not, because ICM have older kit, PANTHER tank and Berger Panzer on the same chassis, and what they do, they took the already existing PANTHER tank, the hull, the chassis, and just deployed, built absolutely new Panzerkampfwagen 4 turret. So they combined old kit and absolutely new turret. Why not? Interesting solution, interesting prototype from World War II. This turret wasn't movable. Well, I loved this kinda Panther, or kinda Panzer. The main question here, so they will produce a new turret from Panzer IV, so whether it will be the Panzer IV tanks by itself or not, or we see here just a turret just for this single case. Well, interesting to know. Anyway, check the announcements from ICM on their official website, and we reveal that secret. Yep, and by the way, that older Panther tanks. Okay, let's move on King Tigers in 1:35 scale, several T34s in different modifications. Okay, what's new? Kinda one more refactoring of older kit, a German military vehicle, but this time with such a machine gun. Why not? Huh. One more kit, maybe you can think that this one absolutely new, but not. This is SDK Sonderkraftfahrzeug 3B truck, semi-truck linked and wheels, so multi-tier. Let's find it. Yep, I talk about this kit. Old kit, not bad old kit. So they took this kit and add here just new Flex 38 AA gun. Why not? Interesting solution. Okay, let's move on. French vehicles, a lot of German trucks in multi-tier versions and in the wheeled versions. French trucks, this one I like a lot, but I haven't it. Fire truck and so on and so on. And now we can find here a section with the British and American vehicles, I guess. So some new trucks from ICM of the previous productional year. We can say that it's fresh models in general. Let's find out whether there's something new here. And yep. Actually one more refactoring of already existing kit. FWD Type B, US munitional truck, and what's new in it? Such a cargo body with such a tent. And the older kit looks like this one. So the difference in a cargo body, and this one has interesting three-colored camo. Well, in general, interesting kit. I'm not a fan of the Great War vehicles, but this one looks interesting and unusual. Okay, Sir Bernard Montgomery's Leyland Retriever truck. So, six-wheeled British truck, and yes, it's not 100% new, because we can find it here. So what the difference? The difference that this one has canvas on it, and the main question for me, whether this kit receives some stuff, some interior inside this cargo body. If yes, it might be interesting. If it would be empty, so there will be a difference just in a canvas. Okay. So if we talk about interior, so one more Studebaker with army kitchen inside the cargo body. Why not? And one more kinda new truck, the Chevy, but in interesting and unusual variation, because it's British Army Mobile Chapel. Interesting solution, very unusual. I guess I never seen before such solutions in scale models. Why not? So yes, one more previous kit that we saw earlier, the British infantry. Yep, I talked about these guys, can be combined with that truck. Why not? And you can create unusual diorama. Okay, let's move on. Oh, this is a rocket, a big rocket. Well, it looks like a rocket. Studebaker UH-60 gasoline truck. Unusual body. And one more, but in German service. All previous kits, German Unimog trucks. Interesting truck. Soviet trucks. Let's move on. French vehicles, German vehicles. Yep, we saw it earlier, but with another variation of armament. And kinda finally, finally 100% new molds, military vehicles, Burma Jeep Mark 1 Model 1. Very unusual Jeep. It is interesting how this crew member ride on it. So, yep, and in the same moment, second variation, this one with canvas on the top of the cabin of it and with some other body. So, two new Burma Jeep in the same moment. You can choose one of them if you like it. And whoa, this was unexpected for me. One more 100% new molds and military vehicles from modern era, US Humvee, and one of 9782 in a desert variation, and in the same moment one more modification with a hard top, with some other body, with some other decals, and not desert camo, typical 3-color netto camo. So this one cargo carrier. Well, it was unexpected for me, so two new Burma Jeep and two new Hamvee vehicles. Why not? Well, Hamvee is a better solution as for me than these guys. But why not? Why not? So yep, we received something absolutely new in 1:35 scale, and that's great. The Cossack Ukrainian MRAP vehicle, this one work in progress on my table, and we received one more variation, Border Guard Service of Ukraine, and the difference in decals as usual, in camo, and more powerful armament, 20 and 7 heavy machine gun DSHK. And some new features. Danger mines. And one more variation of older kit, ZIL 131, Armored Forces of Ukraine with a driver and with some newer decals. So I guess that's all for 1:35 scale. Well, actually not, one more variation of older Mercedes. I don't know what is the difference between these both cars, but it should be. Cabriolet B, German passenger car. So I think some minor difference is there. Okay, let's move on. Chernobyl section, 1:35 scale, kind of features and some diorama accessories. And 1:24, yep, ICM has this scale, cars, different variations of Ford car, features in the same scale. Let's move on. Whoa, and we have something new, it was also unexpected as for me. Model A standard Phaeton soft top 1930s American passenger car. Beautiful, I can say luxury car, beautiful box art, so why not, why not? Oh, and one more, this one green. Well, I can say this, both two cars, I'm not a fan of 1:24, but they looks beautiful, and why not? It can be very unusual as for military modeler, it can be an unusual experience, so maybe one of these cars I will purchase, because they big, unusual, and should be interesting in the work. Yep, I have to think about that. And one more variation, in 1:24, already existing G4 Mercedes, but this time with some German staff personnel. 1:16 features, yep, kinda new kit, or no, I think it from previous production year. Anyway, soldier of armored forces of Ukraine with a Kalashnikov in his hands. Okay, Submarines 1-72. Yep, some additional new kits, kind of variations of already existing. This time K, Verbande, Midget Submarines, Seehund and Molch. So one more variation of this boat. Maybe it would be interesting for someone. 1-144 scale. Nothing new here. Old boats and ships. So diorama sets in 1-72 scale. Whether we can find something new? Yep, some new variations and new combinations of already existing kits from ICM. And it can be interesting solutions. So we can find here Nakhon Phanom Air Base. So 2 airplanes with US pilots and ground personnel and airfield matting. So it's a good solution for such a diorama with 2 planes, with features and with matting. Why not? Why not? And the same solution. And what's the scale of it? Oh, it's to 1-48 scale. So 1-48 scale, and another one solution, Henkel, with ground personnel and with airfield equipment. Unfortunately, this kit doesn't have matting, but it's kind of World War II and it seems to be ground airfield. Okay, let's move on. 1-35 scale diorama sets. So Dardanelles campaign, a lot of British infantry, Vickers MG crew and Turkish infantry. So such a combination in one box. A lot of already existing combination of different German trucks. It's a good solution if you want to purchase in one box several trucks or several tanks, and I guess they are kinda a little bit cheaper than if you purchase these kits separately. I think one of the most interesting, as for me, set is this one, Battle of France. So you can find here Panther, FCM 36 and Lovely. Well, if you love French vehicles. So, was there something new here? Yep, diorama sets, the Brave Ukraine, so you can find here before the assault, Eastern Ukraine 2022. So Cossack 2 MRAP, Special Forces, female drone operators, driver and shooter. Interesting combination in one box, why not? So medical vehicles, 2 combinations, German tanks, German transporters and armored vehicles. And it's this kinda all. By the way, this I use these paints, acrylic, they're not bad. They're not bad, I use them for most of my models. Okay, it seems to be the end of this catalog. Too many pages with the contents, and whoop! 2025 in progress. Unexpected move in the end of this catalog, so 1-48 scale, it will appear in 2025. It's kinda tomorrow. Henschel HS 129 B1 Tank Buster, unusual 2-engine airplane that bombing and Soviet T-34 tank. And one more, oh yes, UH-60A Black Hawk, and yep, it will appear in 1-35 scale. I will purchase, I hope. So, Black Hawk in 1-48 scale we will see this year, and in 1-35 in 2025. And in the end we can find here a huge wallpaper with a Sikorsky helicopter that almost 1 meter long or something like that. And that's all. So we can find here several very unusual and interesting new kits. Well, number one, as for me, I guess this one Black Hawk. Also this one airplane interesting. The same we can say about this big Sikorsky with military pod. Not bad solution, B-26 Marauder. If we talk about ground vehicles, number one as for me, I guess where's that kinda Panther kinda. So yep, this one, very interesting and unusual kit. No matter that this is not 100% new, but it is still interesting. And this Humvees I think must have as for me, because good quality of details, not so many details will be in a box as usual for ICM, and it can be assembled fast and with a big interesting. So that's all. Please leave your opinion, your feedback, what models you like most of all in this catalog, what you're waiting for and what you want to purchase. Maybe helicopters, or maybe ground vehicles, or maybe some features, I don't know. So that's all, guys. Thank you for watching. Oh yes, and yes, these two guys is also very cool. Don't forget about them. So yes, that's all. Thank you guys for watching. Have a nice day, good luck and bye.